Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Jaron Geyser. If you guys are new here, I am a fishing channel / outdoors channel that loves to create content that help you guys learn to be better fishermen, and also I love taking you guys along on my adventures. So if you guys want to stick around, we are talking about winter fishing today. It is frigid in Pennsylvania. There's snow flying right now, actually, and yeah, stick around. It's going to be a good one.
That temperature the whole way through.
That tail, that famous duck on that old Berkeley popper, man. Dang, another nice one.
If you guys are hearing cars in the background, I apologize for it, but we're on the river. There's not a lot of places to go, and there might be a little car noise, so sorry about that, but let's get on with today's video. So we are talking about winter fishing, winter lures just in general. I just came out with some videos talking about fall, and well, I will tell you this, fall went by pretty darn quick for me here in Pennsylvania. It got cold really fast. Water temps are at 42 degrees, somewhere in there. On the river anyway. On some of our local lakes, we're still looking, you know, in that 45 to possibly 50, depending on what lakes you're at. This time of year can be very frustrating. It can be extremely frustrating to be out there freezing your balls off and not catching jack crap. I will tell you, in my experience, it's worth it. It's worth it every single time I go out. It seems like I'm seeing stuff that helps me learn a little bit more about the body of water I'm on, and also it definitely, I definitely catch some of my biggest fish right now. November, December. As long as there's not ice flowing, I seem to catch a lot of big fish this time of year. So don't be afraid to get out there. Don't be afraid to get a little bit cold. It's going to be cold, so just dress for the occasion. But yeah, definitely make sure you guys are getting out there and getting on the water. Don't be afraid to get out there and just throw some of those confidence baits you guys have, and make sure that you guys are also slowing down. Even whenever we were throwing moving baits, we were slowing everything down. Whenever this water gets really cold, these fish do not want to move. They're cold-blooded. They're in a frigid ice box underneath the water, and I know I wouldn't want to move very fast when I'm down there either. So make sure you guys are slowing down. It will definitely produce a better outcome for you guys. My approach to winter is definitely probably a lot of people fish like me. The only thing I do different than a lot of people is I do like to stay active. I like to stay back in toward a little bit more of the active baits. That's the first thing I will throw usually whenever I'm out in the water. I will try, you know, just a moving bait, just trying to get them to react to it. I see a lot of guys out there with spinning gear and just dragging bottom, which is very effective, but it is really fun to try to get those fish to react and try to actually cast something at them and get it by them. So I'll go over the baits here and we will see what you guys think. All right, so one very good proven bait for me anyway would definitely have to be just any type of Ned bait. Ned fishing in the winter is a proven technique, especially in the winter time. It is just an absolute killer. The only thing is for me, sometimes I get impatient. I really don't like to just drag bottom all day long, but sometimes you got to break down and you have to do that, especially when the water's below 45 degrees. Those fish really get sluggish. But one thing for me, I will say, as far as color patterns with almost any soft plastics I'm throwing right now, except for worms, I will definitely lean toward that orange, red color, especially cold water. If you guys haven't ever fished that, cold water and red and orange are just, they just melt together real good. They go hand in hand. So if you guys are out there in the cold water and you're looking to catch possibly the biggest fish of your lifetime, red and orange are definitely a killer when it comes to cold water. All right, another bait that I would definitely say would be a very good proven wintertime bait, and I can't almost can't leave home without it just because of how much confidence I do have in it, would definitely just be a big old jig. When it comes to wintertime fishing, like I said, sometimes you just really got to break down drag bottom, but I will say a big jig, if you guys are out there wanting to throw big jigs, sometimes that dead of winter big smallmouth bite can come, for me anyway, on a jig. It can be just an absolute killer, so definitely keep that in your arsenal, keep that in the back of your mind. But yeah, definitely confidence bait for me in the winter, dead of winter, would definitely be a big old jig, especially the way the water levels are on the Susquehanna River right now. A jig is just absolutely killer. Black and blue right now, this year anyway, we had a lot of rain, a lot of snow. 2 weeks ago I was out here, and yeah, the water temp was 62 degrees, and within 4 to 5 days it dropped about 20 degrees. It's 42, it's hanging right around 42 degrees right now, and so that can just absolutely damper a bass fisherman's macho. It can really give you a good ringer, because these fish just really get messed up, honestly. They really do, and you just have to almost force feed them to get any type of bite out of them. So definitely keep that in your arsenal. It's a good one. Okay, down to some of my moving baits. I will say I cannot pull out of the driveway without a jerk bait. As the water cools off, that pause, that jerk pause, the pause is a whole lot longer than whenever you're fishing summertime. That can just be a given. The fish are a lot slower. A jerk bait is absolutely one of those baits that can pull a core response out of a bass. It's one of those killer cold water moving baits that I definitely dip my toes into almost every time I go out and go fishing. But yeah, definitely keep that one in mind. That is just an absolute great bait to have whenever it's winter and it's freezing cold out. Another bait I'm gonna say, whenever it's cold and it's freezing, I find myself pitching quite often, is just a simple underspin with a swim bait on it. This just so happens to be a Strike King. I don't know what it is about it, but just throwing that out and just ticking bottom definitely gets me bites. One of those confidence baits. Again, there definitely is a lot of bait fish in Susquehanna River right now that are pushed up on banks just for the simple fact that the water level is very high here, and they can't see in the middle of the river because it's so murky. So sometimes these fish get pushed up on the banks, and throwing that single swim bait with an underspin can be an absolute killer. But yeah, don't be afraid to throw moving baits in cold water. I know I've been bit so many times fishing day after day, throwing moving baits, not getting a lot of results, and then there'll just be that one day that warms up a little bit more. All it takes is 2 to 3 degrees, and those fish can be just absolutely chasing and munching moving baits. So don't be scared, don't be afraid to throw those moving baits out on this frigid water. It is very cold, so yeah. But yeah, don't be afraid to get out there on the water. It is very cold out, but make sure that you guys are being safe out there. Obviously, water temps are very cold. Just take extra precaution. It can be a great time of year to be fishing. It can also be a very dangerous time to be fishing. So get out there, have fun, but also be very safe out there. But I thank you so much for watching today, guys. If you guys want to go down and subscribe, definitely helps the channel out. And hit me up. Make sure you guys leave a comment for me. Love hearing from you guys. Love interacting with you guys. So if you guys have some time, go down, drop a comment. That'd be muchly appreciated. Have a great day, and God bless.